Welcome to another episode of 5 Minutes of Zen, our continuing lesson on the practice of meditation and the doctrines found in Buddhism that pertain to the Zen meditation tradition. We were speaking last time about two truths. One truth was the truth of ultimate reality, and the other the truth of relative reality. What made everything on the relative reality relative was that every event, every particular thing in relative reality has no self-nature. It is supported by something else. It is an effect from a cause. It arises and it will pass away and no longer be. That's what makes it relative. Ultimate reality, we said, is something that does not come and does not go. It didn't arise and it will not have a termination point. What is found to be ultimate reality is pure mind. Pure mind is. It is, and that's why anything else can become, because pure mind always is. Now, pure mind and your mind can be two different things depending on how you look at them. When we talk about your mind as your thought constructs and all of the conjurings you come up with, that is part of relative reality. But when you walk it back, your essential nature is pure mind. It's the same pure mind I'm using, it's the same pure mind this entire cosmos is using. So at that level, we are that ultimate reality that we are looking for. What is not is everything that falls in relative reality. It will come and it will go. Your body, your particular thoughts, and all of that is just simply passing phenomenon like clouds passing through the sky. So, why would anyone need to know these things? I forgot to start the clock. Let's see if we can come anywhere close to 5 minutes. Why would somebody want to know this? Well, the Buddha started off the teaching because he was trying to relieve dukkha, and this is often translated as suffering, but really it means that dissatisfaction, that everything comes and goes here, that we can't cling to the things that we'd like to last, and we can't seem to stave off the things that we don't want, like old age and death and infirmity and all of the things that come with that, that will visit us all. Either we'll die prematurely or we will die the slow passing of an aging body. And this isn't something to look forward to, but it's something that we can approach with dignity. And one way to approach that with dignity is to find out what our true nature is, to be able to abide in ultimate reality, yet move in relative reality, is a place of wisdom. Which brings us to something I want to talk about in this tradition, or in these lessons. In the Mahayana tradition, the tradition of the great vehicle, there are the teachings called prajna paramita, and that means the perfection of wisdom teachings. And if one could take all of those teachings and distill it down to one particular point that they're driving at, it would be found in the Heart Sutra. You can Google Heart Sutra and you'll find a very short Buddhist teaching. It may be translated with some variation, but for the most part it's going to say the same thing. And what it is saying at heart is that relative reality is illusion, and that illusion is actually no different from ultimate reality. The difference is that when you see it from the ultimate perspective, you understand that. So a famous line from the Heart Sutra says, "Form is empty, and emptiness is form." Not knowing anything about Buddhism or the Zen tradition, you may say, well, what is that? It sounds like nonsense. What they're saying is that all form is at heart emptiness. The Buddhist term is sunya or sunyata, meaning the void or empty. It is empty of self-nature. There is nothing there when you deconstruct it. It is a beautiful illusion, sometimes a terrifying illusion, and that's the duality. So in the Heart Sutra, they go on to say that everything that you can experience through eye, ear, nose, taste, and touch is part of relative reality and at heart illusion. Yet these two exist. They always exist. The relative will always come into being, but what will always be there underlying that is ultimate reality, pure mind. When you can experience and abide in pure mind, then you know this. This allows you the compassion when you look out on people that are struggling in this world and frustrated and experiencing dukkha. You can speak to them with some type of wisdom that these things will pass. These aren't ultimate reality. There is nothing that goes on here that will stain you forever. They may stain you for many, many, many lifetimes, but there is a way out, and the way out is through wisdom. So I think we will talk a little more about this concept of sunya on the next episode, because I believe we are out of time for 5 minutes of Zen.